Trump is being accused of paying a key witness money after the Mar-a-Lago raid, and it is proven. Donald Trump paid a key witness after this Mar-a-Lago raid. This was only 11 days after the raid. FBI conducted that search. He then starts putting people magically on the payroll. Let me give you some background. So CNN's Erin Burnett broke down the loss Trump was handed by the special master. Let's go to that. Raymond Dearie in the Mar-a-Lago document case. Trump has for weeks, according to Erin, again and again, anytime he spoke publicly, said that he declassified the more than 100 documents seized in the FBI search. That's what he said. He said they were already declassified. But there's never been any evidence or anyone who has come to verify that. And the special master is now saying that unless he receives any evidence to back up that claim that Trump is publicly making, he will consider all the information marked classified to be classified. So good for the special master. Remember, I said this from day one. The special master really should only have one job: to figure out what is covered by attorney-client privilege and what is not. However, this particular federal judge gave this special master, who happens to be a former federal judge, gave this special master another power to determine what is covered by executive privilege or what has been declassified because of some directive from the president while he was serving. None of that is on record. None of that is statutorily settled. None of that has been decided by the US Supreme Court of Federal Law, which would create an extreme precedent in how a special master is used. Burnett then talked to former White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham to get her take. Let's put up Ms. Grisham, all right? If I know Donald Trump, he's going to tell them to lean into the fact that they were declassified. I know he has said that he had told Kash Patel that they were declassified, but I think it's important for just your viewers, the country, to understand that that's how it works. You don't just say the words, these are now declassified and it's done. There is a process. But let me remind everyone, documents are not declassified for the president. The president of the United States can read classified documents, top secret, 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 above top secret. He can read those documents. He can be read into pretty much anything he chooses to, with few exceptions. So when they're declassified, who are they declassified for? Me and you. Meaning, if they are declassified, I should have access to them and you should have access to them. Do you have access to them? No. Do I have access to them? No. If they were declassified, why is it that Trump did not release these declassified documents via, I don't know, social media, Truth Social, a press release, a press conference? Why didn't he just tell us what he had since they're declassified, right? Well, he knew they were not declassified. That's why he never exposed it. Also, it also loses its value. If you have a secret, the only value to that secret is the fact that only a few people know about it. It loses its value once you actually declassify it. So he kept it classified, kept it in his home, violation of the Espionage Act. And more importantly, people, agencies would need to be told, right? The CIA, the DOJ, the FBI, the people who have sources and methods out there, they would need to know that. Hey, these documents are suddenly declassified so they can move those sources around. But that never happened because the documents were never declassified, right? Now, let me bring you to Kash Patel. Let's put up his picture. Let me tell you what happened. It's important to note right here, in this case, he served as chief of staff to the acting United States Secretary of Defense under Donald Trump. Also on Tuesday, Trump's Save America PAC revealed a payment for the first time to Patel's consulting firm 11 days after the Mar-a-Lago raid. Let's put it up. We have the record right here. So what has happened? A person who is absolutely going to eventually have to testify as a witness against Donald Trump, after it was publicly proclaimed that this person will be a witness in this federal case. Days later, magically, that same person appears on the payroll of Donald Trump for the first time. Grisham suggested Patel and others might publicly testify that Trump declassified the documents Oh, I got my proof. You know, the guy Patel who's on my payroll that magically came on my payroll after the raid. Yeah, he can verify what I've said here, that I declassified the documents. What kind of game are these people playing? Trump isn't even playing it smart. Remember, he said the documents were declassified rather than just shutting his mouth. He said they were declassified. Now, because he said it, the special master is saying to Trump lawyers, okay, show me the ones that are declassified. And Trump lawyers are like, whoa, wait a minute. We don't need to do that until, we actually want to go and challenge what the FBI took. And the special master is like, no. The man is saying that he declassified the documents. Now I need to know which ones are declassified. The attorneys of Trump refused to submit any of that information because they know good and damn well it's a lie, which also means if they do it anyway, because Trump told them to, they are now in violation of their ethical standards with the bar. There you have it. Sharon, thoughts here?
Rashad, this whole thing is just, my daughter stays on TikTok, and the other day she showed me this bottle of pills. You take one of these gummies, you become dumber by the hour. This whole thing is so nutty. They can't shut their client up. He says contradictory, just ridiculous things about a magic wand and declassification, and all of it is nuts. It's just nuts. And $7,500, I'm sure there'll be more payments that'll trickle out. You're gonna have to put some more zeros behind that before I'm gonna publicly testify to your dippy game.
Yeah, there's always another money play, right? Okay, we're gonna follow that obviously as it continues.